Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Dynamic Divas. Our mission at Dynamic Divas is to highlight the diverse and outstanding women making waves in the field of technology and shaping the world of Microsoft Dynamics 365 and Power Platform. Today we have Anitha Eswaran from the UK. She's a seasoned solution architect in Microsoft Dynamics 365 ERP space. She started her career as a software engineer back in 2006 and progressing through roles as of senior software engineer, development manager, and now a digital architect at Sonata Software. Her journey is nothing short of inspiring. She also runs a decade-old blog with more than 150 posts related to technology aspects of finance and operations. She is a passionate community leader and has given many technical sessions with a key focus on integrations, Azure Data Factory in relation to Microsoft Dynamics 365 finance and operations. So I'm very excited to welcome Anita. Anita, welcome to the show. How are you today?
Thank you, Rachit. I am good. Thanks. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
That
It's a
was
nice.
a good introduction about me. So, whatever I wanted to speak, you have covered everything. Thanks a lot.
That's just summary which everyone knows, but you will be talking more about it very soon. But Anita, first of all, congratulations on getting recognized as Microsoft Most Valuable Professional recently. So,
Thank you, Rachit.
heartily
Thank you.
congratulations and well done. And welcome to the
Thank
MVP
you.
family.
MVP world, yeah.
Great.
It's like, see,
So,
it's like, it's a honor to be as a part of MVP, right? See, like, somewhat our work is getting recognized, and we are joining a group of professionals, and experts, so that where we will be able to exchange our ideas, learn a lot from the other community members. That's obviously a honor.
true. No, we are honored as well to have you in the group because there is so much to learn from you as well. So before we talk more about MVP journey, Anita, I want you to first summarize your last 18 years of tech world for our audience. So what I want you to talk more is what were the key factors driving your passion in this field and what were the key things which helped you to achieve your career goals. So over to you, Anita. Please tell us about your journey and introduce yourself to our audience. Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Rachit. So I am Anitha Eswaran. So no major much introduction about me. So I am from Tamil Nadu, Coimbatore. So I did my schooling and college in Coimbatore, and I started my journey 18 years before. So I was as a, I am still I started my career with X plus plus only. But to be frank, Rachit, I was not an expert when I started my journey. I was an average performer when I entered this professional world of X plus plus. Like, it took some time for me to get a grip. Like, almost I took 2 to 3 years to understand what is this AOT, what is this ERP is about, what does it do. See, directly coming from a college and then you are pushed to a professional world. I took some time to understand whether I will be able to do well here or not. Even first 2 years I didn't had any idea whether I can survive here or not. So it is this is how I my journey that was little tough to understand. See, now you can see what is job, what is a class, what is a table. But initially when I started, it was literally a technical jargons for me. So it took two,
I
three
can
years.
relate. Yes.
Right.
One thing
Correct?
I was struggling to understand when I joined was why are we creating tables from the ERP? Why not we are creating it in SQL Server? And then when we understood all things about SQL dictionary and how it all works,
Correct.
it was a big learning curve. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So just like connecting the dots, even I took my own time to connect the dots, Rachit. So it is not that Anita is an expert as soon as she jumped into this professional world. It is not like that. So it is. I can tell to my community, even if you are performing low, don't worry. You can come anytime. You can understand anytime, and you can perform well. That is what my first tip for our viewers here. And then when it started, I had some 3 years. In after 3 years I got I got a scope to work with AIF, the application integration framework. So it's a kind of integration in AX 4.0, right? So there I started to get a grip. Okay, this is how it should work, and this is how the integration should work. And you remember AX 4.0, it is not a major that doesn't support much for integration, but still it was a good journey for me to start. So there, from there I started, and then from AX 3.0, 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, then 7, and still I am continuing with this one. But I could see the evolution of X plus plus FO. It's not only with AOT, a small screen, but also with the integration, where how ERP is going to communicate with the outside world, how we need to keep ourselves updated, because nowadays so many updates are coming, correct? So if you miss one update today, tomorrow whether how what is it going to be, we don't know. And when we are speaking to our clients, hey, this is the update, and I should keep myself updated, correct? And that is why this blogs, and even your blog, our LinkedIn community, all the posts that help me to keep myself updated, so at least we can exchange our ideas. That is how I stay myself in this 18 years of journey, and by God's grace it is still continuing. And then I thought I should even I should contribute to the community. So I started writing the blog, and then the newsletter, so and the sessions, because in the session I will be able to demonstrate something as a demo, correct? So where this is how the connection has to happen, rather than giving a theoretical in a blog. If you give it in a session, people will understand. That is how I started. And of course, the first session started with you, and I still go. I would not forget that, because you supported me a lot, Anitha. This is how, no worries, be free. So that is first thanks to you.
Oh, thanks a lot. Though it's my pleasure to host you in that session. But you have said quite interesting things, and I understand from where you are coming, because I have also seen similar evolution of the product, and the key focus from Microsoft on this product has actually added a lot of value to this platform now, and it kept on evolving as the whole cloud and ecosystem evolved. Microsoft brought in new frameworks, deprecated old ones. Like as you said, was used a lot in 2009 and 2012, but then Microsoft deprecated AIF and introduced new ways of integration. So we have always been on a learning journey, learning curve.
Correct.
Always there is something new to learn, and we are not doing repetitive jobs. Like we have to
Correct.
learn new platforms and frameworks every day.
Yes.
So that is really cool to understand, Anita. So and as you also mentioned, the MVP community and technical contributions, I think as a developer or as a consultant, everyone relies a lot on the blogs and the information which
Agree.
people are sharing in the community, because first of all it gives them a direction to think, and then sometimes it also solves their problem. And over a period of time, we start thinking, I have consumed so much from these blogs, why should I not give back something? And that's the starting point of your journey, when you start giving back to community. And I remember, like around 2000, let's say 10 or 12, at that time these communities and the platforms were not so evolved, so there were only very few things where we could go, like we could go to the forums and we could delegate our blog. But now we have so many user groups, we have so many sessions happening which we can attend for free. And one thing I like about
Even you
joining
can
a
watch the recording also. Even if you cannot
yeah,
attend, we can watch the
yeah,
recording whenever we need.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally relate to what you say. So Anita, and as you said, like there are few benefits in attending sessions, and then there are few benefits in writing the blog. So that's also a great thing to understand. So as you have grown from software engineer to senior software engineer, and then you became development manager, and now you're a solution architect, what are the key differences in these roles? If you want to share some tips with the people who are, let's say, in a software engineering role now, but they want to understand how different is the role of a development manager to a senior software engineer, how would you describe your experience?
It's a more than experience, it is a learning, Rajit. So my husband is from the same domain as mine, so he is my inspiration. Like I was a developer, fine. If I move to when I move to the next stage, he told me the tips. So this is how you need to be a role model to your juniors or the team members. So he gave me so many tips, and in fact the blog which we see here, he used to blog regularly few years back, and then due to his assignments he could not continue. Then I thought, I used to tell him, your blog is always my inspiration, and that is why I started my blog. And so I learned a lot from him. And whenever see, we cannot keep updating ourselves every day, right? So it's only with the communication discussion we will get to know. So we discuss a lot. And then even from the LinkedIn community, other community, we also discuss, hey, this is what is happening, that is what is happening. So in order to spread the word to my team members, I need to keep myself prepared. See, I don't need to be an expert in all the topics, but at least to suggest to my team members, hey, this is what you can give a try. For instance, last Even the last month we had something called as we need to change something on the method, where you, at the moment we cannot do any additional parameters in the standard method, right? So we were trying how do we do it. Then we understood there is a something called as disposable context in X++. I know something about it, but then I gave, hey, use this disposable context. This is how you can do a method overriding in standard X++, which we were not aware till then. But since I had some theoretical knowledge about it, I could guide my team. You can give a try like that, and it was a super success. We thought we will not be able to finish. We had to spend some additional hours, but we made sure we did so. From a developer to a development manager and architect, my learning is still the same, but my management skills and my responsibility is a bit higher on the other side, right? If you are a manager or an architect, it's your responsibility to guide your team, and you should shape your team in such a way that they are able to learn something from you. So that is a part of my job and the duty I am doing, Rachit. So this is how my journey is here.
Yeah, that's great to hear your perspective. And I also feel, just to add on to what you said, one major part of your responsibility as a development lead is to make sure your team is able to do the work effectively, and you upskill them and share your experience with them. But I think once you get into that role, you suddenly also start interacting with a lot of customers, a lot of project managers, a lot of pre-sales people, a lot of enterprise architects, and then uh, that's also a different a new thing as compared to a role of a senior software engineer, because now you are dealing with people having different skill sets, different experience, different expectations from you, and that also helps you to get a 360-degree view of what's happening in an implementation. As like in the early days when we were just writing code and doing the software engineering roles, we were not exposed to the wider phases and what's happening in the for example, the CRP runs, and if you have to give a demo of how you will manage your entire DevOps and ALM process for a particular project. So I think that also adds a lot of responsibilities once you get into that role. And then now you are a solution architect. So congratulations, Anita, for making that leap. So can you elaborate a bit more on what's your day in life of a solution architect?
My I start my day with a plan, but as you know, since we are architect, we our day will take a different U-turn when we log in. So I will have a different plan. Hey, Anita, these are all my tasks which I need to do today. Okay, fine. I will open, and that will be a different plan which will be decided by our other issues. So all of a sudden, P1 issues will come. Okay, go focus on that. I will not know the head and tail of that particular issue, but I need to get a 5 minutes session from someone else. Okay, this is the issue, Anita, you do it, you should solve it. Okay, then I need to spend some time to understand what the issue is. At times it might be a data issue, so that also we need to say a simple data issue. See, as a solution architect, we need to understand, right, whether it is a data issue or a code issue, correct? The logic, me from a code developer side. So first what I will think, it might be a code issue, right? Because he is reporting this. So this might be due to the customization what we have done. So we will do all code debugging there, and then at last we will find, hey, this setup is making missing, and that is the reason this code is not working. So it is like that we need to do. On top of that, if you are a customer facing, see, for instance, if you are suggesting something to the customer, your scope should not be only with the F&O. So you should understand the other peripheral areas as well, right? The Power Platform, okay, the Azure Logic Apps, and every time there will be a question. Whenever I am in the integration call, there will be a question. Which one would you suggest? Whether it is a Platform or Logic Apps. So both are used for integration. So which one would you suggest? So this is so many questions we need to make the client understand, give them a cost effective approach, and then understand what is their requirement. And then it will be a back-to-back calls, correct? So that is how my day goes, Rajit, usually.
Yeah.
But anyway, at the end of the day, I make sure at least I spend some 15 to 20 minutes of learning time for myself, because unless we
True.
keep ourselves updated, see, you will have 9 to 10 hours or even 14 hours of work every day. That is unexpected. But end of the day or before we wind off, okay, rather than spending some time on the mobile, okay, go read this is what 20 minutes is enough, at least to keep
Yeah.
ourselves updated. Go through the LinkedIn post, you will get some or other information, new update. Hey, this is the new update in F&O, right? The release update 10.39 is having some issue. What is the issue? Okay, this is the issue. So that learning we need to do every day, be it 15 or 20 minutes. That is an investment for us. That is how I as a solution architect suggest to my team members also.
No, that's very true, and I totally agree with this way of learning because uh, we sometimes get too much occupied with our office work, and then we tend to just focus on what we are doing. But as a refresher, what I also try to do is, because there is so much to watch, see, learn, read. Either you watch a quick short YouTube video where something new has been demonstrated in some event, it gives you an idea of what's coming ahead, and especially with all the upskilling in the area of Power Platform and OpenAI and Copilot. So there is so much to just read and learn and keep yourself updated. So that's
Good.
a good tip which you have shared. A small effort will add a lot of value in long run. You will never get a full day blocked where you will sit and watch everything about Copilot
We cannot.
and you will
We
become an
cannot.
expert
True.
on it. No, that's not going to happen. Watch something every day, 30 minutes, then try to practice. I also tend to keep up my own personal Azure subscription. It costs a bit, but I think it helps a lot. So I
Right.
sometimes feel people are always looking for free stuff here, free stuff there. But I give advice to people: have a subscription, shell out some money to for your learning. It is your own private lab. You're
That
not
is your
messing up
investment.
somebody
Yeah.
else's. You're not messing up a client environment or your company's environment. Have your own talent, have the cost control, like you decide a budget. Once it reaches that, you can blow it off, cancel your subscription, but at least you'll get more confidence when you try to do
Correct.
things with your own hands. Yeah, cool.
And even
So
even Azure is not, even for Azure we need to send shed some money, Rajit. But in case of, if somebody is new to the X plus plus world, I have seen the MS Learn is giving a free VMs, right? For 2 hours you will have the free VMs with the latest PU. At least last time when I connected it was 10.37. So that is a
right,
2 hours VM, but you will at least get to understand how, if this is somebody who is going to enter the F&O world. So if they want to have a look and feel of how F&O is, how what should we do in the X++, all those we can make use of that Microsoft Learn free VM. So that is for 2 hours, but the session will get over. But again, you will be able to connect for another 2 hours. I mean, the block is only for 2 hours, but it is a good learning there. You don't need to mess up with the
definitely,
client environment, as you said.
definitely. Agree. And I think, yeah, there are few blogs where you can also download the VHD from LCS. It's available for free. If you have a, like, I think if you have a laptop which can give you, let's say, 8 to 10 GB of RAM to allocate to that Hyper-V machine, you can have it on your local PC and just use it to upskill on X++. So yeah, okay, Amita, let's talk about this thing, because we have seen how the X++ developers skill set and the tools they have just widened in last few years with the introduction of one dynamics, one platform, OpenAI capabilities, dual write, electronic reporting. There is so much in this space, and just saying that a person is an X++ developer but he should know these 10, 15 different platforms or frameworks, it just becomes too much on their to tag as an X++ developer. So what are your thoughts on, first, what are the key attributes for an F&O technical people? And then, do you think there is a need for recognition of these other skills, and rather just by saying that, okay, you should know this also, but do you think there is a need for identifying those skills as a primary skill going forward? Do you think someone can be an expert in electronic reporting but may not be an expert in X++ developer, or someone is expert in Power Platform integration and dual write but maybe not very good in Power BI and reporting space? So just want to hear your thoughts of how this whole F&O technical toolkit has evolved in last few years.
If you see the JD of a developer some 10 years back, Rajit, you would recollect, right? You should be an expert in X++. But now if you see the JD, you should be an expert in X++. You should be an expert in integration using a Power Platform or a Logic Apps or any other Azure ADF, whatever it is. The length is, if you see the JD is a bit lengthy, where it covers the entire scope. You should be, at least you should have some idea. See, since I am from a developer background, I would say a bit knowledge on other skill set is also needed. See, X++ is not going to operate alone. Now, ERP being, which has the capability to communicate with the outside world, now we should have the skill set. We should upskill ourselves to at least learn one or two additional integration tools here. For instance, logic apps. Power Platform. Now everything is going to under in a one umbrella, ODOP, one Dynamics, one platform. So that, so at least we should make sure we should have some idea on that rather than having a zero knowledge. For instance, take DMF. DMF is it is this is the key tool which communicates with the external world here. So understand how DMF is working, because DMF import and export is not so easy as we think. Now with various requirement from the clients, you are forced to customize the existing entities what is defined here, right? It is not as such we are going to use for our integration. So you can learn about DIXF plus electronic reporting. Even electronic reporting, I don't know much, but there are various sessions which are happening, right? For instance, even the recently there are so many sessions happened on electronic reporting with so many sessions going on. So we can watch that, and I got an idea, hey, this is how the electronic reporting should work. Wow, that is a very good session. So it is not that everything you need to be an expert, but have some idea, because this is how, rather than saying I don't know, when you get a requirement as a developer, rather than saying, hey, I don't know, but you can say, I have some idea, I can manage it, I will be able to do it
Yeah.
for you. So that is different, correct? Rather than zero, at least one makes a difference.
Yeah.
Knowledge of one makes a difference here. That is what I usually do.
That's very well said. I think you should have that level of confidence that you can talk to a person who is coming with a specialization in a different area. So if you're talking to a cloud engineer who is an expert in Logic App, but maybe he's new to FNO patterns, so you can talk
Right.
to them and say, okay, this is how you call it DMF API. This is how you push a zip file. This should be your REST API. This will be the response, and this is how you read the error code from FNO perspective. Similarly, when you're talking to data team, you can talk about, okay, how we are exposing data to via Synapse Link. Once it goes there, you can help them understand the data structure. So
Correct.
there has to be a level of confidence where you can talk to people with a different technology background, and then you both can blend in your skills and create some amazing
Right.
solutions for them.
True, that is true. Yeah, that confidence we should have, Rachit. So that is the reason we should keep updating ourselves with whatever, especially almost for the last 3-4 years, we have lots of session going on with where people are exchanging our ideas, right? See, somebody in ER, they are exchanging the ideas with us. So these are all, see, it's better. It is I feel it that the sessions are a kind of investment for us. We can watch in our leisure time whenever we want, rather than spending in social media. I am not against, you should not be in the social media, but since we are in such a world where the updates are happening regularly, such sessions will be helpful to keep ourselves updated always.
True, agree. Uh, Now we let's talk about AI, because we are talking about FNO and all the modern SaaS-based technology. So we have to talk about AI and Copilot capabilities in the product. So what are you most excited about these Copilot and OpenAI space? And yeah,
So
if you can share
recently
about
I completed the challenge, the AI skill challenge, Rachit. So I thought that the name was fundamentals of AI, but we had 20 modules. It was very vast, like so many new terms. What we are seeing in the front end is just like a tip of iceberg, but if you go inside, it is a vast. So many algorithms, so many new terms. It took
right.
almost for me 25 days to complete that module, because to digest all the new terms. See, I complete one module, and when I go to the next module, when the same term is used here, I need to think, what is this being used for? Okay, again, go back to module one. Okay, this is what, okay, I could refresh my knowledge. Okay, then I come back. So lots of new terms from our, this is a complete different background, right? AI is, we are living with AI, but what is happening inside the AI, something it is new to us. So it's the challenge, the AI challenge was literally useful, and I could understand so many algorithms, what is being used to implement this AI, and how are we interpreting in the back end. So that is a must. I mean, I what I suggest is we need to go through it. Even if you don't complete the challenge, that is well and good, but spend some time into continuing that reading journey, because there you will get to learn a lot, that from my experience I am saying.
Yeah. And I think AI is now placed horizontally in the stack. So it doesn't matter you are an FNO guy or a CRM guy or a Power BI guy, you need to have some level of AI understanding. And with these skill challenges, it helps you to understand the key concepts, frameworks, how things works. And I think I started it. I haven't completed it yet, but I think there are some Python scripts which you can execute by creating your own Azure resources. So it also helps you to gain some confidence that, okay, now I'm not only doing X++, but I understand how to write a Python
True.
script and run it in Azure. So it helps you to develop more confidence.
You have
One
the
thing,
hands-on lab also, Rachit. In when you are doing that modules, right? You have a hands-on lab. So whatever
true,
you have read as theory, you can implement in you. It will take you to a free subscription where you can implement all your learnings. Hey, this is how the language recognition is being configured. So all this, not only theoretical knowledge, you will get some hands-on knowledge also in that. So that is a super duper part in that. So that I liked it very much. And now with this Copilot, even you are getting a feature of so preview features also we are getting. So you can enable the preview feature in F&O. You can enable the FO in Outlook. So how these two are integrating, that is the recent update what we got, right? So many
right.
features are evolving now, right?
Cool. Thanks, Anita. So maybe a last question to you before we close up. How do you focus on your well-being? With so much happening, the jobs are getting demanding. There is always something to learn, and the world is so fast and dynamic. How do you stay focused and keep your mind fresh? Any tips for well-being for our audience?
I start my day by 4:30, Rajit. So I make sure that I spend some me time for me. So I regularly do at least a kind of walking activity every day, because how our knowledge is important, our well-being health is also important. That is the main investment what we are doing for ourselves, because without health nothing is there. So since we are already in this professional world where we always sit and work, our mind is so much focused that the physical activity comes, it takes a backseat here. Because as soon as we wake up, hey, this is the issue I need to fix. Okay, I need to do. Okay, I just exclude other things, focus only on the task. No, that should not be. That can be once in a while, but our well-being is always the first priority which we should have in our mind. The reason being, without that, you will not. If you That is my experience, I am saying. I make sure I go for at least 30 minutes walk every day. Okay. While walking, I plan my day. Okay, this one we can do like that. That is my me time I am spending for me. So it is like it's a win-win. You get advice. You plan your day and you also focus on your physical activity. So with that, that is the tips I do. So seeing me, I have made my husband also to do that. Okay, you also go for a walk. Don't always sit with the laptop as soon as you start your day. Go for a walk, spend time with yourself for your activity, for your health. And that is fine. We could make a difference in that, because now with young generation, where they are fully completely occupied with the task, there the question mark on well-being is now a big question mark, right? Where they don't focus much on their well-being. So that is what we need to stress here, Rachit. A good question on you, on this.
Thank you. No, I am also a strong advocate of well-being, because if you just burn out yourself trying to learn new things or trying to do best in your job, you should do, but you should take care of your health, because health is the first priority, especially for people who have like 15, 20 years of experience in the industry and who are reaching their 40s and mid 40s. That's where, if you have developed a skill, you are an expert in something, but do take care of your health. Spend at least
Right.
30 minutes to 45 minutes doing something which you like, not in front of computer. Go outside,
True.
walk in the garden, stroll somewhere. If you can hit the gym, that's best. uh,
True.
and it could be anything, right? You can do
Correct.
yoga, you can do swimming, you can play a sport, do something, stay fit, stay healthy, and that
Correct.
definitely
That is
boosts
what we need
your.
to tell our juniors as well here. Spend some
Yes,
time on your
yes.
health.
Cool, cool, amazing. Anita, any last closing comments before we close the show?
It was nice speaking to you, Rachit. Like I started the weekend. It's 8 o'clock here. I started my weekend with you. Very nice. We had a very good chat. Thanks a lot. As usual, we will meet in more and more sessions. And the viewers can reach me in the LinkedIn for any issues, because I keep getting the LinkedIn messages for any other. If they face any issues or on integration, they used to ping me on the LinkedIn message. So I am always available. So whenever they want to reach me, I am. They can reach me in my LinkedIn. Happy to help our community.
Great. Thanks, Anita. Your contributions are really valuable. So, as we wrap up this insightful episode with Anita, I am reminded of the immense talent and dedication that women bring to tech industry. Thank you, Anita, for sharing your expertise with us today. And do join us next time for another empowering episode on Dynamics Divas. Thank you for
Thanks.
joining
Thanks a
us.
lot, Rachit. Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.